I don't know if you guys remember, but some years ago, Genki came out with the Covert Dock for the Nintendo Switch. And it was during a time when there was like third-party docks that were destroying the Nintendo Switch. And these guys did a ton of research and development on their dock to make sure it wasn't going to damage anything. And a lot of people love that thing, the Covert Dock, just a little mini portable Switch dock. Now they're prepping to release a new version of it. Actually, they're prepping to release a few new items here. I'm actually fairly excited about a couple of these. Actually, all three of them I see a lot of use out of that I could get. This I'm really intrigued by. This is sweet. This I'll get some use out of. But their Kickstarter is going live. Should be live now as of the upload of this video. They sent me these as samples. The packaging is just something they threw together. So I don't know if the final ones are going to look like this as far as packaging goes. There might be some like typos on here. No big deal. It's just something they threw together to send these out, have something presentable, right? But this Covert Dock 2, they've upped it from the previous dock that they put out. This has 45 watts power for, delivery there to charge things up. You could use this for a dock for your Nintendo Switch. It does have 4K 60 capabilities. You could use this as your dock for your Steam Deck. Multi-purpose. It even says right there, multi-purpose. So there's a lot of neat things you could do with this. And I'm actually fairly excited to be able to use this as a Switch dock and for my Steam Deck and my ROG Ally would be pretty sweet. You can use it for plenty of other things, but let's get into it. They gave plenty of different power plugs for different regions in the world, just in case you need it. But here it is. We'll demonstrate using all this in a moment. I just want to kind of showcase everything we got here. This is just a sample, but looks like what it looks like on the Kickstarter that they're going to be selling. And I always have to say, back at your own risk with Kickstarters. These guys, I've backed a few of their products. They've never let me down, but always keep that in mind. Nothing's guaranteed, but these guys have been delivering. So there is that. We'll use that shortly here. So just the other plugs there for other places in the world. And then here we get a nice braided USB-C cable and a little instruction manual. Cool. We don't need that right now. The next thing I want to take a quick look at is the Shadowcast 2. I used the first one. I actually really liked it. So what's changed from this one? So this one, it uses USB 3.2. It has true stereo, and it can do a 1080 60 hertz for capture. So this is just a very simple capture device for people who want to record footage. It's easy to use. You could use their Genki Studio software with this, use OBS. The choice is yours, really. And the price for this thing is $39 through their Kickstarter. And then this, I'm really excited about to mess with this. This is the Shadowcast 2 Pro version. So this one's $129. I didn't mention what this was going for. This is $49, the Covert Dock 2 on their Kickstarter. And they're calling this their Alpine Collection. So if you want all three items, it's $199 on Kickstarter. But this capture device right here seems like it blows a lot of capture devices out the water. Actually, seems like just specs-wise, it's better than what I use. But we'll test it out real quick. But this thing, for capturing, passing through, your footage, you've got 4K 60, where a lot of devices, it's $129. You got 4K 60 capabilities with this to record footage. A lot of times, cheaper devices, it'll be like, yeah, you could pass through 4K 60, but you can't record it. No, with this, you could record it. Like, it's not 4K 30 or down, like nothing. You can record 4K 60. Actually, there's a lot of variety with the recording settings here, but 1080p, 240 hertz, HDR and VRR capable, instant setup. It says instant, but that's just a little typo. Not going to be on the final one. But there you go. Hardware compatible with pretty much anything you want to capture footage with. Switch, PS5, Xbox, Steam Deck, ROG Ally. Okay. Oh, I thought there was no, that's just the design of it. I thought there was something covering it. No. Got some weird clear plastic on there. HDMI, USB-C, auxiliary in, line in. So like your microphone, headset, that kind of thing. Nice looking device here. I'm excited to try this out more so than, I know this stuff is going to work just fine. These things, I know these are going to work just fine. But this, I really want to check this out. This could really come in handy. What does it say under there? The moment may be fleeting, but the memory of it lasts a lifetime. I probably couldn't see that on there, but it says that like etched into the clearish plastic down there. Okay. Very cool. What else is in here? I'm sure another braided USB-C cable, I'm hoping. And an HDMI cable. Nice. Not a very long USB-C cable. Like, shoot, like, I would have liked to, I guess it is what it is. I would have liked another long one like that. But okay. User manual. So let's test this stuff out, give you guys some of my thoughts. Let's do it. So first up, the Shadowcast 2 Pro. This was very easy to use. I plugged in the HDMI from the PS5 into it, and then my BenQ display that I'm showing here, which I did do a video on before, plugged the HDMI from that into it through the pass-through, and then USB-C into my PC. And then I'm using OBS to record this footage, and OBS just simply recognized the Shadowcast 2 Pro by name as a capture source, so that was good. No software needed to install, nothing like that. Capturing at 4K 60 worked fantastically well, no issues. Now, yeah, my monitor that you see, the BenQ, I was messing with color settings for a different game and I just left them as is. So it is looking a little bright for a game like this, but that capture, man, it looks awesome. So yeah, the specs that they say this thing can record at, I've been testing it. Amazing. Definitely will be a product that I use in the future. So let's move on. So real quick, the Shadowcast 2, the little dongle, I have that plugged into the back of the Switch. It's just direct capture. You don't have an external monitor, just into your PC or your laptop. But I'm capturing footage with OBS, lower left corner. And the one great thing I have to say is latency feels really good with both of these capture devices, the Shadowcast 2 and the Pro. I'm able to play these games just fine on the monitor that I'm capturing footage on, so that's a huge plus. OBS is great using this, and that's my preference. Using the Genki app, not so much. You could favor resolution, it looks fine, but it doesn't feel fine. Favor performance, it looks uglier, but it feels fine. I'll just use OBS, but let's move on. So let's wrap this up with the Covert Dock 2. This thing is awesome. I mean, I don't normally use a little mini dock for my Switch. I just use the included dock. But if you're somebody who travels, definitely can come in handy. I mean, I backed these Genki products in the past, the Shadowcast and the original Covert Dock. I got what was owed to me. They worked just the way they said. And this stuff seems to work just the way they say as well. But with this Covert Dock 2, it's definitely an improvement over the previous version, that extra power and whatnot. I really like using this with like my Asus ROG Ally with power delivery, having the ability to plug it into a monitor, to have that USB port for accessories, that kind of thing. It's awesome. I don't get 30-watt turbo mode with the Ally. I just get the 25 watts, but that's good enough for me. But to be able to use this with the Steam Deck, the Ally, the Switch, it's multi-purpose, and I think that's awesome. I know not all these products will be for everyone, but if you're somebody who wants a little dock that's multi-purpose, this may be for you. I think it's awesome. If you want to capture footage, hey, the Shadowcast 2 Pro is great. The Shadowcast 2, it's nice. It's probably my least favorite out of these three products, but I do see a use for it. If you're like somebody who travels a lot and you still, you go to conventions, maybe you're a YouTuber, a streamer, that kind of thing. This is nice to just be able to throw in your bag and have it ready to go. Plug it into your, console, whatever you want to record footage on, plug it into your PC, capture some footage, edit a video, whatever you need to do. So there are uses with that, but I really think the star of the show here is that Shadowcast 2 Pro. Freaking amazing. I'm going to be using it all the time. Second place would be the Covert Dock 2. I definitely see a lot of use out of that. But yeah, if you're interested, link will be down below to their Kickstarter. Check it out. I think this stuff is awesome. Now, there's a lot more information. I barely scratched the surface. So a lot more info on their Kickstarter. There's integrations with the iPad, stuff like that. They have a special app for that. I don't have an iPad or any of those kind of things. So yeah, I mean, that's beyond me. But there you go. Appreciate y'all.
Bye.